What's up, man? Look. We got another video, man. This time from the one and only jackfrags, bro. Reliable source right here, man. Jack, bro, he been in the game for a minute. And this dude, bro, this mug got 4 mil. 4 mil? What? That's kind of crazy. I didn't know he was. Damn. Bro, I swear I don't remember him being. 4 mil? That's kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, shut on. But no, man, let's see. I'm about to see what he got going on. I don't know if it's pre-alpha or anything. I didn't even read the description, bro. We just about to jump into it, bro. I just seen it pop up, so let's see, man. Let's see what it's talking about.
One of the most important news for you. Let's get into it now. Battlefield 6 on Steam has native Steam support and will not require the EA app. This was confirmed on the official website and also from DICE developer Kamal Ake. He also stated that it will use your Steam username. The new version of Portal was shown and will allow players to create massively varied experiences from the base game. In the clip here, we see the new spatial editor adding giant ramps into a map, creating what appeared to be an only-up style obstacle course. We also see jet races and wingsuit style courses. Alexia Christofi, a producer at DICE, mentioned in an interview with Mirror Station USA that internally they had playtested game modes with custom scripting and AI improvements, so you're able to make your own custom UI and improve how the NPCs behave and perform. There's a whole host of tweakables and mutators like the ability to...
Maybe he's not done talking yet about this, but this is for the AI and everything. Like when you can create your own little game mode. I said I knew that much, right? But the whole time I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about like creating like maps similar to like old games that we played before. And you know what I'm saying? You can set up like a whole 16v16, 4v4, whatever, 8v8 or whatever against like PvP. Start clan wars again. That's what I'm looking at. But let's see. Maybe he might add that. I don't know.
To do closed weapons, hardcore mode. What we're seeing is somebody in the studio create a top-down 2D shooter, or even a horde mode where you purchase guns from an MCOM. So this is pretty wild considering how limited the original version of Portal was in 2042.
I like that. It's
in
parkour
Battlefield
though.
6 Portal, based on what Alexia said here, it appears that the sky is the limit, letting players add geometry, script AI for single-player-like experiences, change camera positions, imagine a Desert Strike attack helicopter style game mode, third-person shooter battles perhaps, and things like a COD Zombies mode with rounds, hordes, and purchasable guns. If this all works as advertised, then it could be incredible for the game, allowing players to use a custom version of Godot for building their experiences. Fingers crossed that they deliver on all of this.
I ain't even see they had tanks floating in the air, bro.
Additional footage, we can see soldiers deploying assault ladders. It looks like these can be used to cross gaps, acting as a makeshift bridge, but also when propped up against buildings, can be used to enter higher up windows, allowing for flanking opportunities that have not been possible before in previous Battlefield games outside of grapple hooks.
Exactly.
It can be deployed on assets too, like the top of the car, for example.
Yo, I didn't see that. That's dope. He got it on top of the car. I didn't even pay attention to that, bro. That's improvising. I didn't catch that. That's crazy.
Can be deployed on assets too, like the top of the car, for example. This could be a game-changing gadget for the Assault class, and I imagine a bit of a headache for DICE because I'm sure that you could use this to get into plenty of positions that you weren't really supposed to be. Battlefield design director Shashank Uchil commented on skins and cosmetics in an interview with DoubleTap.com. He said, "It has to be grounded. That is what BF3 and BF4 was. It was all soldiers on the ground. It's going to be like this." Uchil said, pointing at the key art featuring soldiers in soldier gear looking out over a war-torn New York City. He added, "I don't think it needs Nicki Minaj. Let's keep it real, keep it grounded." Good to hear that. Hopefully that trend continues.
That's kind of crazy, right?
Of the game. And
that's good though. But oh man, bro, that's good that you said that. But at the same time, I want you to think about this, bro. If Fortnite kept the same map, the same guns, the same everything since season 1, back in like 2017, 18, when it started, up to now, 2025, will it have that same success as it did over the years and people still playing it? It wouldn't have that same success, bro. The longevity of it was because they kept adding things that people like. People love celebrities. People love events, like the concerts, Travis Scott, the music. People love all that type of stuff, bro. That's what made the longevity so good. The skins. Like that's the reality of it, bro. I don't know how else to put it, bro. It's clear as day. Everybody know this. We all know this. But I love Battlefield and I support what they doing regardless. What they got going on right now, I love it. I ain't gonna, that's for me. Y'all might not like it. Y'all might disagree.
I just realize how sought after the authentic military aesthetic in current first-person shooter games is. David Serland, senior producer on the game, elaborated on this in a comicbook.com interview. That's also a part of the class identity, how you look, probably more how you think you look than how you actually see someone. We have this shoulder identifier for classes, like with Recon, it's 3 antennas near their shoulder, similar to Battlefield 3. He continued to say certain aspects of different classes aren't allowed to be interchangeable to avoid confusion. For example, there's a ghillie material on the Recon skins, and they're not used on the other classes to really emphasize the differences. He said there are some rules here, but it's looser rules than it's always going to look like this, but it needs to feel like it fits the universe, because part of why I think we're getting good feedback is because it feels like 3 and 4 in a sense where it fits. I think that's really important.
It is.
Cool, so I guess that when players purchase or unlock skins, they will always have this class identifier on their character model somewhere. There are plenty of other additional details in the footage that they released too. Here we can see a Recon player has deployed a very detailed decoy soldier behind the shield. Usually when enemy players fire at these, they are automatically spotted for their mistake. We see a Recon drone flying here, confirming their existence in the game. But more importantly, a player has added
IED.
3 C4 explosives
C4, yeah, my bad.
working with their teammate to fly over to the bridge before detonating to devastating effect. Also, the C4 detonator displays the phrase bye-bye once the explosives have been detonated. The sledgehammer is a powerful new melee weapon seen here, destroying floorboards very effectively. Unfortunately, it isn't in the beta build to play with yet, but I have seen leaked clips of players using this to destroy parts of buildings piece by piece.
Yeah, we're playing
I don't think
beta.
we've ever had anything like that in a Battlefield game before. The M26 Master Assault class popped up too. This was a very popular gadget in BF3.
Yeah, you could use to like switch it up.
M320 as well. Great for punching holes in walls and generally blowing enemies up. We can see a player deploying a mortar here, confirming that they will be back
I
in
used
BF6.
to love the mortar.
The support player here rushing to set it up. I imagine that we'll get different types of ammunition with this too, explosive smoke, etc.
I don't think I
no
used it
idea
on
how
4.
effective these are going to be though. Operation Firestorm is returning. This was a fan favorite map in Battlefield 3 that was remade in BF4, and the BF6 version here looks true to the original
I see it now.
in the clips that we see, and plus they retain the jets that have to take off via runways, perhaps even custom color grading too to make it look more like that BF3 blue tint. It's hard to tell. 2 new types of rocket launchers confirmed here. The Javelin on the left, great for anti-tank.
I already knew what that was.
I think the one on the right here is either the SMOR or the M136AT4. Both great options. And here we see an MP5 with a red dot and suppressor. Pretty sick to have that in the game. I'm sure that's going to be a powerful fan favorite. And Chinook helicopters might just be some kind of intro cinematic this, but it would be amazing to pilot these if they're in the game, and that's coming. I imagine you could put maybe
load the whole team up.
In this,
load the whole team up.
On the back of map.
We talking about Chinook. Load the whole team up, bro.
The Battlefield 6 open beta will start very soon on all platforms with no pre-order requirement for access. Weekend 1 is August 9th to 10th. However, you can play on August 7th to 8th if you're an EA Play Pro subscriber, you managed to get a key from drops or creators, or you signed up to BF Labs before July 31st. And then Weekend 2 is August 14th to 17th. They also released the minimum and recommended open beta PC specs here. Minimum GPU will be an RTX 2060, AMD 5600 XT, or an Intel Arc A380. This is nice to see as well on PCGamer.com. 55 gig will be the minimum install size and 80 gig for the recommended specs.
Bro, I swear every time he do that spin, bro, that drop, it make me dizzy, bro. I really hate looking at that animation. I genuinely get dizzy, bro. Every time he spin, like, I'm telling you, it make me dizzy. I hope I can take that off, bro. That made me dizzy, dog.
An EA representative here said, yes, you will be able to pick and choose which components of the game you install. There will be a shared base package, and then you can separately choose to install the main components, i.e. single player, multiplayer, etc. Great to see, and compared to other AAA contemporary FPS games, it could end up being quite a small install size. Better for people who have limited hard drive space and perhaps slower internet connections. You might play through the single player and then decide that you want to uninstall it. Of course, while still retaining access to the multiplayer. Currently, there's no plans for a Switch 2 and Steam Deck version of the game. Consoles will get quality and performance modes, and there will be visual enhancements for the PS5 Pro. 60 FPS is the target.
I got the PS5
with
Pro.
Performance modes, it could be possible to get more. This was confirmed by Florian Libian in an interview with Tech & Co. There will be 9 maps and 8 modes at launch of the game on October 10th.
That's a lot, though.
The game modes are Conquest, Breakthrough, Rush, Escalation, Squad Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill, and Domination.
They're gonna add more.
Escalation is a new game mode, and in a couple of interviews that I've seen with Vince Ampella and Byron Beatty, both of them said that they've been having a blast playing this in the studios, and it's kind of a new twist on Conquest. So it might start with all of the capture points available, but as the game goes on, the number of capture points are reduced, and it consolidates the battle at the end. So I imagine that over time the map gets smaller and smaller, increasing the intensity of the combat, the number of vehicles, etc. And then the first team to lock down 3 objectives will win. Sounds pretty intense.
Yeah.
The launch maps
That's
are
the way
as
to speed
follows:
up the game. We need that.
Empire State, New Sobeck City, Manhattan Bridge, the Iberian Offensive, Mirak Valley, Siege of Cairo, Saints Quarter, and Operation Firestorm.
Okay.
No word on how many new maps there's going to be in live service yet, but I would hope that it's going to be more than 1 per season that we saw in 2042. Ideally, I'd like to see 3 or 4 per season. If they're up to a good standard of quality, I think realistically we might see 2. In terms of seasonal events for the game, there was an event in Hong Kong yesterday and a couple of DICE developers were there. Jack here said on Reddit, "We will have numerous seasonal events and we've invested heavily in them. We've already shown some of them, so stay tuned for more to come." Anna, another dev there, said, "Our goal is to keep the game fresh and engaging, and we'll continue to introduce new modes, weapons, and maps." In regards to adding more classic Battlefield maps, Jack said, "We've added Portal to the user experience, which allows players to create their own game ideas and builds. As for whether we'll be introducing more classic maps or weapons in the future, unfortunately, I can't reveal much at this time." Anna said in reply to this, "You won't be able to play..."
I ain't gonna lie, it's okay, bro. If it's okay, man. Like old maps, just let it be, bro. Cause sometimes they come back and it don't feel the same, bro. Sometimes they don't feel the same. So it's alright to let it go, bro. Like I rather hear something new. I like the old maps. It's nice to bring something back every now and then, but bro, that's not a priority, bro. We want something new. We want something new. All right, man. That's cool, bro. That's cool.
Play them in today's event, but there will be a classic map Firestorm in Battlefield 6. We'll introduce classic builds or maps based on fan and player requests. Of course, we have so many options, and we want to choose the best possible ones to bring back the good old days of playing Battlefield. This is interesting, and it says to me that yes, there will be more remakes of classic Battlefield maps in the live service. Which ones would you choose? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd hazard a guess that we'll see Operation Metro returning at some point. Some of the best BF3 maps in general, I think, would fit pretty well in this game. A couple other snippets from Alexia here in a reply about console-specific crossplay. Not quite, it's crossplay on or off, but if crossplay is on, we treat it as console-preferred crossplay. So we'll try and matchmake you with other players on console before falling back to full crossplay if we can't find you a match with only/mostly console players. So this is great for those console players who want to avoid PC, but it doesn't sound like a 100% guarantee of console only, and I think that it would be nice to give console players that console only option. And
I think I'm cool with mixing us in. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I play games on console versus games on my PC, I don't play games on my PC that much anymore. But when I do play on the PC, sometimes, bro, I do not want to come back to the console. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. The graphics on there, the smoothness, like everything feels so fluent, bro. I'm telling you, like it's a whole different experience. I promise you, play your favorite game on PC. If you ever get a PC and you download your favorite game, I guarantee you gonna know the difference. Out of everybody that telling you like PC don't feel different from console and stuff like that, play your favorite game on there. Trust me, you'll see the difference, bro. Because ain't nobody gonna know that game better than you, bro. You gonna know exactly what it's supposed to feel like if you've been playing on console. If you go play it on PC, you're gonna see a big difference, bro. I'm telling you. You're gonna see how fluent it is.
Reply about weapons here. The reveal event and open beta will have a reduced set of weapons, less than we'll have at launch. We'll have 40 plus at launch. Pretty decent number of weapons for launch, I think. And
that's a lot.
The same for vehicles.
That's a lot,
though. Yes to a question, will there be more than what we see in the beta? I think that's kind of obvious, right? We haven't seen the little bird. We haven't seen different types of transport helicopters, different types of jets, I think. There's pictures of rib boats floating around too, so I imagine that naval combat will be coming down the line.
No, I'm not gonna lie there. Yeah, 40 guns. Like if you just put like 10 per class or whatever, like that's ten weapons per class. Even though we already know recon is not gonna have 10 snipers unless they add the marksman rifles up in there. Then they add marksman rifle with the bow action. Then yeah, it gonna be 10 like per each class or whatever. Then but then you know what I'm saying, you got to keep each class kind of balanced, bro. You can't have one gun stronger than the other, cause then you're gonna have everybody running that same weapon. So then they're gonna be pointless, right? So that's pretty good though. 40 weapons. And we expect them to be like balanced. One shouldn't be overpowered where everybody using it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good start.
End of the event, we got to see a teaser for the Battlefield Battle Royale game mode. It looks to be set in a sunny Los Angeles. We see a transport helicopter, multiple squads, an IFV armored combat vehicle,
Look at Buddy, bro.
A golf buggy. It's a great callback
What's going
to
on,
Battlefield
bro? Why you keep following?
It then pans to a Firestorm. Apparently, the Firestorm is back and devastating.
And who's shooting at them too?
Together. Then it confirmed that the Battle Royale will be coming to playtest in BF Labs soon. There's been rumors that EA want to see 100 million players for Battlefield. I'm not sure that's attainable, but a free-to-play Battle Royale will definitely help in that regard if it's fun to play and offers comprehensive live service updates. I imagine if they release this too, it will be separate from the multiplayer, but perhaps featuring cross-progression as Call of Duty operate with the main multiplayer game and COD Warzone. Finally, a little detail that I noticed when playing the game. The RPGs seem to have a minimum explosive distance. As you can see here in a couple of these clips, if I'm too close to the surface that I want to destroy, the rocket does not explode and instead bounces off with no explosive effect.
It did. Maybe that might have been a bug.
In front of me, and it appears that the rocket has physics too. So I'm thinking there might be scenarios where if you're close enough to a player, you could fire this at them and kill them without it ever exploding. Perhaps even bounce it off a wall and do the same if they're close enough. Pretty cool. And with that said, that's all that I've got for today, folks.
That's kind of crazy.
Do let me know if you found out any more information in the comments. I'm sure that we'll learn much more over the coming weeks. Of course, I'm going to be playing and streaming, creating videos on the beta when it releases in a few days' time. Make sure to check it out for yourself. Anyone can get it as far as they've said. You don't need to put any money down, anything like that. Play it, see how you feel, and then decide, okay, maybe I'll pick this up or not. I'd advise to wait for release because we don't know how the launch is going to be, and the last couple of launches have been real bad. So keep your wits about you. That's all. It's a very...
Nah, that's pretty good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, Jack did his thing on this one, man. I love the video, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I love when people break down the stuff like this, bro. I would literally had to sit here for about an hour and like observe all the footage and stuff like that. But no, I just do it off what I see first. I'm not gonna lie, I did like what I see. They caught on to a few things here and there. I guess I gotta start making some space in, bro, because I can feel like this game gonna be big as hell. Yeah, let me go delete some games. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.